Hi guys, welcome to another Ways to Fatten Your Wallet video log. Today we're looking at the investor concepts for scuttlebutting. So what is scuttlebutting? It's an essential investor concept and it helps investors, both private investors and fund managers and people in the industry, get an edge on everybody else. So essentially you're looking to find out as much relevant information pre-investment and also even when you've invested in a stock, to find out whether this stock is good for investing. How can you do that? The main way that you probably already know about is looking at the company via annual reports, looking at their website, maybe tracking them in the news, etc. But Philip Fisher, what he did is he found a way to find out extra information. He called it scuttlebutting. So what is scuttlebutting? Basically, traditional scuttlebutting is what he recommended is visiting stores, speaking to employees, speaking to the staff, maybe even speaking, if you can, finding ex-staff. He did recommend not always taking what ex-staff members had purely to heart, because especially if they were fired or let off, made redundant, etc., they might not always be accurate, but you can still gain some information from that. Questioning current staff, and then there's some creative ways of scuttlebutting, and he recommended going to trade shows, because there you're speaking with sometimes directors, operational managers of the business you're looking to invest in, and their competitors, and you can ask them questions, and they have the time, they're being paid to be there, and they have the time where anyone, even members of the public, can go and talk to these people and ask any question you want, really. You can also look at trade shows, you can look at conferences, employment shows. Some retail organisations or some of the large organisations attend employment shows for graduates, etc. You can ask questions at those events. AGMs are a fantastic opportunity to ask directors questions. You can do it either via the questions where it's when it's an open platform, or if it's a smaller AGM, you can often get specific one-on-one time with the directors afterwards over whatever they might have. Sometimes have drinks or coffee or whatever it is. Brilliant. So lots of different ways, and he also recommended that we shouldn't always be asking the prospect company. Instead, you can be looking at competitors. So he recommended talking to managers, sales managers, or people that are in charge of competitors, and asking about the entire industry, asking who was the strongest, why, asking about, you can find out things like profit margins and all that kind of stuff online by looking at their accounts, but things like who's got the competitive advantage, who do you see growing, who would you shop at, or which services of which company would you recommend, or who do you honestly think is doing the best at this or doing the worst at this. And a lot of managers and salespeople, if you catch them at the right moment, we'll be honest, they're not always going to be trying to sell it. Especially if you are very straightforward with them and you're saying that you're not interested in buying, you're just interested in finding out some more information. They won't always, they'll give you a good story about the industry and the competition, etc. In the next video, I'm going to look at modern scuttlebutting. So there are other methods that you can utilise nowadays, using technology and leveraging different things where you can find out more information in a more direct manner, etc. But these are all good. So just to recap: store visits, questioning staff, existing, and if you can find ex-staff as well. Creative takes on scuttlebutting are trade shows, employment shows, conferences, and AGMs, both the questions during and after. Okay, I'm on Twitter, it's JW99. My blog is www.waystofattenyourwallet.blogspot.com, and I utilise the hashtags FattenWallet and FatWallet. Do subscribe, and yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear your ideas on if you've used scuttlebutting in the past. Also, any ideas on any other videos, do have a look at my other investor concepts, and I'm also going to be we're going to be having lots of case studies. I'm going to be talking about my own experiences, etc. So yeah, it'd be really great to hear from you. Take care. Cheers.